And welcome back, everyone. We return once again to a manga slash anime haul. I have quite a bit of stuff because Target was having a buy one get one free, or buy two get one free, I think. Buy two get one free sale recently. And they actually carry quite a bit of anime, even limited edition collections. So if you're interested, definitely check out Target when they have those sales. I have a combination of stuff that I bought from Target, half price books, and just secondhand in general. I'll go through the manga first since there's not as much of it, and then we'll get to the rest. First thing that I have is There Are Things I Can't Tell You. This is a manga my friend gave me, actually. She was unloading some of her BL collection, and I picked this out from the stuff she showed me to keep. I'm just curious what the story is. The art looked really good. It's nice and thick, so I'm hoping the story is substantial. She apparently had not read it, so I will read it for both of us. But yeah, it looked good. It's by Tokyo Pop. It's about a story of polar opposite personalities, which is always fun, so excited to read that. Next I have Bloody Sweet Volume 2. I forgot I own this, to be quite honest. I read Volume 1 a couple weeks ago because I noticed it on my shelf, and I actually really wanted to know what happened next. So Crunchyroll was having a sale on their website, and this was part of it, so I went ahead and purchased it. I'm very excited. It's about a vampire who just needs a blood donor, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and he ends up picking this very socially awkward girl, and she started opening up. I really like her personality. She's pretty spunky, but yeah, very excited, and the art is really pretty too. Always a bonus when the art is good. Next I have My Boy. I actually bought this on Amazon. It was also on sale. I believe it was like $7, which is pretty close to what half price books would charge, so I figured I'd get it because I was interested in seeing what the rest of the story was like. I already read volumes 1 through 3, which I own, and the story was really getting good. It's about a boy found family story of an office worker who becomes involved, not involved romantically, but just involved with a teenage boy she notices just kind of wandering alone one day, and she starts, helping him out. He starts to trust her, and they develop this really nice relationship as support for each other. Volume 3 ended in a really dramatic note, and I was really sad at what happened, so I'm excited to read Volume 4. I also wasn't expecting this to be a long series, but there's a couple more volumes already out of this, so that'll be fun to scope down. This is by a very specific publisher, Vertical Comics, which I've never heard of. But yeah, interesting. Alright, the remaining items will be all from half price books. First, I actually forgot my friend had gotten me this. This is Code Geass, Volume 4. I've just been collecting these as we find them because my friends and I recently watched the series. I say recently, but it was like months ago, probably even last year. But that's how we started watching Anime Weekly. We initially began with Code Geass, and everyone loved it, which made me really happy, and it's been one of my favorite, if not my favorite anime since I was young. So it reignited my love for the series, and I figured why not scope down the manga, because I believe it is out of print. This was published directly by Bandai Entertainment. Next is I'm Looking for Serious Love by Shoko Rakuta. This is a Tokyo Pop title, and it just looked cute. BL series, always a fun read. Innocent country boy and cocky playboy. So those sound like fun personalities. Another BL series. This is volume 2 to a manga I previously bought from Half Price Books, and I actually haven't read yet. This is Manner of Death by Yukari Umemoto. Oh, this is by Yin Press. Okay. But yeah, the art looked really good. It's, I think, organized crime is the setting. I hope I don't flip through something terrible. But yeah, art looked good. Story sounded interesting, so I bought volume 1 a while back. I haven't read it, but I found volume 2, so why not? That way, once I finish volume 1, I can give volume 2 a chance, and that should be enough for me to determine if I want to keep reading or not. Then I have Vampire Kisses, Blood Relations, or Blood Relatives, I'm sorry. But yes, I finally have volume 1. This is the hardest one to find from this series. It's an old series, a graphic novel based on an actual novel series, young adult series by Ellen Schreiber. by Ellen Schreiber. Sorry, I think I mispronounced her name. It was published by Tokyo Pop. They did a lot of this, and I actually really liked the artist they chose for this one. The story's cute, but I really loved how they played with the main character's goth fashion, and they always included these little sketch pages in the back, which I really loved to just look over constantly when I checked this out from the library. I would just check it out just to be able to see those pages. So I'm really excited to finally have volume 1. I have volume 2 and 3, and now I'm just missing, I think it's like a side story related to sports. I can't remember if I actually read that when I was younger, but eventually I hope I'll just probably get it, because that one's readily available. This one's out of print, and it's hard to find one in good condition. This condition's pretty good. It came from Half Price Books, but I bought it from eBay, and it was only $8 with shipping, so I think that was worth it. So excited to have this. Finally, I was really excited to find this. It's Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage. I actually have the art book for this author's art, Shiro Miwa. It's actually, I don't know if I remember the plot to this, but you can probably already guess what it's based, or what it's about. I wanted it because, again, I loved this artist's art style. It's so grungy, but also really slick looking and dynamic. So good. Like I said, I own the art book for him. So I was really excited to see this. I don't see this very often secondhand. And that is it for all of the manga. So let's move on to the anime, which there is a lot of. Oh, actually, I'll start off with this. It's not anime, but I did buy this recently from eBay, also from Half Price Books. I love this movie. I downloaded it and it's on my computer, but I wanted a physical copy so I could just pop it into my Blu-ray player and play it there. And also just share it if anyone wants to borrow it. This is Red Shoes. It's a retelling of Snow White, but there's a little secret, little thing that you find out at the very beginning of the movie. And overall, I think the story was really, really cute. Great animation, good characters, good animation, great characters, and overall just a really, really fun story. Honestly, I'm surprised this didn't go to theaters. I would have definitely watched it in theaters. Next, I have this I bought from eBay. This is Devils and Realist. It was so cheap, $8 with shipping. I don't think the series was that popular, and I actually was tempted to buy it when it was on Sentai Filmworks website, but I never got cheap enough for me to buy it. But I'm happy with what I paid. I have volume 1 of this manga, and I mainly got it because I really like the art style. The anime was decent. It wasn't, you know, the best thing or anything, and it definitely wasn't the worst, but it ended on a cliffhanger because I don't think they ever continued it. I hope they do one day, because the story was getting interesting. It's just they used that first season, I think, to really set the setting, set the conflict and the characters and everything, which you know, is hit or miss. Next, I have from the Target sale. This is To Your Eternity Season 1. I'm excited to finally own this. It's so expensive. I don't know why either. But it is a 24 episode series, and it's very much worth the money, I think. But I saw this when it aired years ago. It has a very unique story that I have not seen before, and I actually bought the manga years back, but the anime caught up to past what I owned of the manga, so I just went ahead and finished the anime, and I haven't bought the manga since. But here is the discs. It's a little loose. It's got that such okay. Oh, that always scares me. Thankfully it's no, it's got scratches. Oh, that's sad. I wonder if I should ask for a refund. I don't know. I mean, they're light scratches, so I don't think they'll really affect the playability. And I'll talk about that at the end. Target has some issues, so if you're interested in buying anime from them, I have thoughts. Oh, this case is not very good. That's probably why it popped out. But there's the disc covers. And then there is an inside artwork. Oh, I love that. It's so nice. It's so cute. So yes, it is about this main character, It's hard to describe what they are, but basically they're a shapeshifter that originated as just like a piece, just a rock basically. And I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. You kind of learn about it in the first episode, so I don't know. But there's a specific way that they are able to shapeshift into specific living beings. But it's basically this shapeshifter learning about humanity and obviously being immortal, having to go through specific trials and meeting new people and losing them and things like that. It's such a beautiful series. I would highly recommend it, but be expecting to cry. This caught me a couple times, even when I didn't think it would. So really like it, and the music is amazing, and so is the animation as well. So very happy to have it. I'll probably see if Target is willing to send me a replacement for that one disc or something. It's hard with Target because they're not the manufacturer, so it's not like, you know, they have any control of how they receive their product. I just saw this with friends. This is the Visions of Escaflowne. We just finished this series, my friends and I, and it was good. I mainly was interested in getting it a while ago because it's considered a classic, and I do remember watching a couple episodes out of order when it aired on television. I can't remember what channel it aired on, but I do remember watching some episodes, and I just never caught up to it or anything. It is a mecha series. I love mecha series. The animation was really good. Music is really good. I think I would give it a 7 out of 10 just because I didn't connect as much to majority of the characters like I thought I would. I do like the main character, Hitomi. I think she's pretty good, but I do think they wasted a lot of the episodes on side stories that just didn't amount to anything by the end, and certain storylines just ended up pretty lukewarm. So overall, I wasn't as really happy with the ending as I probably could have been, but overall I do think it's a good series that's worth the watch, and I'm happy to own it. And if you're curious about the story, it's about the main character Hitomi being whisked away to another world. So it's basically an isekai, but this other world does exist in the present dimension. It's just a different planet basically. Next, I also bought Black Butler, Book of the Atlantic, and the Book of Murder. I really don't like what they're doing with Black Butler, in the sense that they're basically creating certain arcs separately from each other. They're not just making a full season. So that means all of these separate arcs are being released like this as well, and it takes up a lot of space. I really hope they eventually make a full series box set, but because there's a season currently airing as well, I'm sure that one's going to get its own release. It's super annoying, and I don't think it's worth buying each one at $20 each when we could just have a full series box set for like $100 or something. But with the discount from Target, I thought they were worth getting, at least just in case they go out of print. That's my biggest fear now, is stuff going out of print. So I did go ahead and buy them. Oh, these look like they were in the warehouse for a long time. There's some scuffs on them too. I'm just gonna go ahead and open them. Oh wow, Target, what in the world? There's so much damage on this one in particular. Those are the discs, which do look really pretty. I may just have to, I wasn't going to open all of these on camera, but I may just have to because the condition of some of these is just really off. Oof, man. It's like smudged and scuffed a bit. What in the world, Target? The inside art is really nice though. This is the artist behind Twisted Wonderland. This is her, I think this is not her first series, but her biggest manga series is Black Butler. Oh my goodness, it's all like bent and everything. Dang. Well, now I'm even more annoyed. I didn't want to pay for all of these individually, and now I did, and they're all damaged. We will talk about that at the end. I'm probably going to open Escaflowne too to check. Here is Book of the Atlantic. And for anyone not familiar with Black Butler, it revolves around I believe he's 12 when the series starts, 12-year-old boy, CL, who is an English, not a monarch, but he is of high society. He has some kind of title, I think Earl. And stuff happens that are very unfortunate. So he makes a contract with a demon. He becomes his butler in order to help him solve the mystery of his parents' murders, as well as some other stuff. Okay, this copy's okay. There's not much scuffing. But yeah, this demon more or less agrees to be his butler and help him solve the mystery behind his parents' deaths and more or less get revenge for them, I believe, in exchange for his soul. So the series is pretty long by now. CL has aged, but not a lot in my opinion, compared to how much time feels like has passed. I used to read the manga pretty frequently, and then I just lost track of where I stopped, so I haven't gone back to it, but it is very enjoyable, and the art just got better and better with each year, so I would highly recommend it. It's a classic. Now I'm scared for these next Blu-rays, especially these. So this is Welcome to Demon School Iruma-Kun Season 2. I also got Season 3 because I've been meaning to buy these anyway. I love Iruma. It's a very fun series that is very reminiscent of early 2000s anime, and that it's just very fun and kind of slapsticky. And I was very surprised because Season 1 was licensed by Sentai Filmworks, so you can find Season 1 on their website, and during their sales it gets pretty cheap, which is nice. But these never got cheap, and I wondered why. So I tried to find them on Sentai's website, only to find that this is now licensed by Crunchyroll. So the dub and everything is Crunchyroll now instead of Sentai, which kind of sucks because Crunchyroll does not put this on sale as much as Sentai would. So it's a lot more expensive. But this is a full season versus like 12 episodes. So, oh gosh. I don't think y'all will be able to tell, but it does have a significant scratch on there. That's really annoying. Ah! Okay, the last two discs are fine. But yeah, that first one, yikes. But yeah, ooh, there's inside art too. Oh, it's Babbles? No, it's not Babbles. It's Iruma's grandfather's castle. I think I can deal with the one scratch. I'm more bothered by the Black Butler condition, so I'll let that one go. Next is Season 3. This is the season where they are trying to level up. They essentially battle in a free-for-all during the Harvest Festival that their school has every year, I believe. But yeah, super cool. A lot of characters get involved in this season. Ooh, snap. I gotta just open them on the table. Surprisingly, the disc is fine. Yeah, these are fine. Oh, thank goodness. If you've never heard of this series, I always recommend it. It's about this teenager who has terrible parents who basically neglect him. He's been through some very, very tough times to the point that he has a very high dodging ability. He's sold to this demon by his parents, and instead of wanting to eat him or making him his slave, things like that, it turns out this demon just wants to be a grandfather, so he adopts Iruma as his grandchild, and it's very cute. Shenanigans ensue, obviously, because he's now living in the demon world, where humans are eaten. So obviously not a good time, but very fun series. Next, I bought Given Season 1. I actually haven't watched this, but it's on my list anyway, and I've heard it's good, so I trust it enough to go ahead and make it part of my collection. Because with the discount, it was just such a good price. I just realized I didn't even check Season 3 for Iruma's inside art, but here's the art for it. It's just, I think, one of the training grounds from Season 1, actually. This doesn't look like Season 3. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen this. It'll be nice to rewatch in English, because I think for the most part I watched it subtitled. Okay, but back to Given. We have some artwork on the inside. So this is about, this is a BL series. It's not explicit or anything, but I believe it's about a band. Obviously, you can probably tell from the cover. And, you know, the growing relationship between two of the members. And I believe another member, because there is a movie that I will hopefully get at some point once it goes on sale. I believe the movie focuses on two different characters, so a different couple. A little bit scratched on the inner side, but that's fine. I don't think that affects the playability. But yes, that's Given. Not much to say about that one since I haven't seen it. Next I have season 3 of D. Gray Man. I have 2 copies of volume or part 2 because one of them came damaged, and I don't like paying too much for these DVDs because even if they're out of print, they're just not worth much to me. And the case came damaged. I was so annoyed that I requested a replacement, and Target just let me keep the damaged one. So now I feel a little bad because that's such a petty piece of damage. The new version though came perfect. But yes, D. Gray Man series I really love. I used to read the manga all the time, and then the author went on a hiatus, and now she updates like once every other year or something. I don't know, I haven't caught up. But it is a really good series with great art, great characters. It's just been on a standstill because the author's very, I think she's just a perfectionist is what I remember reading. She also just had issues with the producers of the anime, so the anime discontinued. So season 1 and 2 got a complete series box set, but season 3 and 4 did not. Season 4 I did consider getting because Target did have it, but they only had part 2. And I think part 1 is very hard to find. I could not find it on eBay or anything. So I didn't want to commit to buying part 2 and then struggle to find part 1. So I stopped at season 3. I don't believe this season was dubbed. Oh, it was actually. It was dubbed. Okay, that's good to know. D. Gray Man. I don't even know how to explain the plot. It's a very unique world, very unique characters with abilities. The aesthetic of the whole show is really cool and Halloween-y. Not Halloween-y like Soul Eater Halloween-y, but more of just has those dark, somewhat religious motifs and things like that. And I would hope these are, yeah, these look like they're secured in their cases. Yeah, no damage, so I trust it. Oh, it's got artwork on the inside. In its hollow form. Oh my gosh. Or I don't know what this was called actually. I did get this far in the manga, but I don't remember what it was called. But that kind of gives you an idea of the aesthetic of this anime. Again, really cool. I still listen to the opening song from season 1 all the time. Alright. Excellent. I'll just pull one disc out just to check the quality. Yeah. Looks good. Is this, oh, I forgot their name. I remember you. But yeah, just very, very unique art style. I do apologize if this whole video has not been focused because I cannot tell when my camera focuses or not. It's going to be a dang shame if all this entire video is just completely unfocused. With all this new anime, I will have to rearrange my anime collection. I think I'm going to have to move the DVDs to their separate shelf on one of my bookshelves because I just can't fit anymore with all the anime that I currently have. And then finally, the final thing I purchased from the Target sale, because it was buy 2 get 1 free, I had to make sure I bought increments of 3, so I bought 9 total items, as well as a shirt, which I've already worn. It's in my closet, otherwise I'd show it, but it was a really nice Evangelion shirt for only $12.99. But here is Beetlejuice, the series. It's something I've been meaning to get for a long time, and they didn't really have any other cartoons I was interested in purchasing. Again, Target has a lot of stuff, but not all of it, so just be aware of that if you're trying to complete a series all at once. And surprisingly, oh nope, here we go. Yeah, these, oof. But yeah, these cases in general, just stuffing this many discs into one case always has issues. I think this is the same company that published The Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ed, Edd n Eddy box sets, and those are so flimsy, very flimsy cases that I'm not surprised they're falling apart. Maybe there's somewhere I can buy a sturdier version that can hold the same amount of discs and just swap it out. And the inside just has the episode list. But yeah, I really liked the series as a kid. I liked Beetlejuice the movie as well, but I'm not like super into it like I think a lot of people are. But it is a very fun series. Oh, it came out of the can. There we go. Okay. So I'm really happy to own this now. So that's all the anime from the Target sale that I got. From Crunchyroll, I also purchased Gurren Lagann, the complete Blu-ray box disc collection. I've been meaning to get this because I currently have the 5-volume collection that has the little postcards and or posters inside and whatnot. And as happy as I was to get that at a good price when it was still around, Gurren Lagann was out of print at the time, so I thought it was a good price at the time. They just take up way too much space, and with how much anime I'm currently getting, I'd really like to downsize. This is 3 discs, but it also has a very sturdy case, it seems, that I can just put on the top part of my media shelf, so it can go with all the special editions at the top there. So I'd rather just do that. I got this for, I think, $100 on Crunchyroll during their sale, which was a member's sale. So if you have a Crunchyroll subscription account, they were having a 25% off sale or something on most items. This was one of them. I was tempted to get Blue Exorcist as well, but again, I really wish they would just release a full series box set for that, because they have so many episodes. Also, it's like $80 a season. That's ridiculous. But Gurren Lagann is only 24 episodes, I believe, and this comes with not only the series, but also the movie, I believe. Really nice. It's got a ribbon similar to the releases in Japan. This is an Aniplex release. That's why it was so expensive. So that's why I waited until a sale to get it. It's a very sturdy box. I do appreciate that. And this is what the cases look like. Cool. Love the artwork. Oh, Simone. This is a hard series to describe. It's based on a post-apocalyptic setting where all humans and living creatures are basically, well, not all living creatures, most are living underground due to all the monsters that inhabit the surface level. And this one kid has a drill that allows him to pilot what they end up calling Gurren Lagann, which is just a giant robot. And through the will of fighting spirit, they are able to defeat their enemies and eventually live on the surface. That is not the end of it, but that's more or less, oh my god, this artwork. But yeah, that's more or less the rundown of the basic story. Look at this. Wow. That's gorgeous. Okay, I'm happy to get this now. But yeah, I remember watching this on the Sci-Fi Channel, so it gives me a lot of nostalgia. The series itself is like a 7 or 8, depending on, what you're into. It's very cheesy, very much a Gainax series. If you know, you know. But very entertaining, very fun. The message is really nice, and the animation's really good for the most part. There's some episodes you can tell that they just did not dedicate budget to, but where it counts, it looks amazing. Okay, now I can understand why the Aniplex releases are pretty expensive. This case is very nice. It's really nice quality. And since it came from Crunchyroll, I know it's not going to come completely damaged like all the ones from Target came. I wonder if the art is the same. Oh no, it's different. That's really cool. So I'm very happy to have this. I think it's a lot nicer. I think the volume cases are cool because they come with the extra posters and whatnot, but oh, these are blue. Is that to indicate, or is this a movie? There's 2 movies? I think they're just recaps, right? The movies are just recaps. That's the only reason I didn't really dedicate time to trying to get them. I got one when I first bought the series because it came with the lot, but I never really cared about it because I think they're just recaps. And I don't really care about collecting the recap movies. So yeah, very happy to finally own this and not have 5 whole discs on my shelf. It's not a lot of space that it'll free up, but it is enough for now. So it's really nice. Like, look at this embossing, and the box itself is really shiny. You can really tell on the top. Well, maybe you can't because my lighting is just terrible. But overall, I think this is worth it. If you can get it during the sale, I would definitely recommend getting it. Okay, so that is it for the anime and the manga. I also have 2 art books that I purchased during the Target sale. It wasn't just media that was part of the sale. It was also manga and other books. So these were some other things that I purchased. This is the Art of Yoko Tanji. I recently found this book while browsing online on Amazon, and I really loved their artwork. It's kind of that simple but very strong color and composition. I love browsing through art like this, and very happy to have this. I also like that it's kind of a smaller size, so it doesn't take up too much shelf space, and it's very sturdy. I love that it has a jacket as well. Oh, there's art on the inside. That's cool. The jacket itself is pretty thin. It's made out of thinner paper, but it's textured, so that's pretty cool. It's got a cat on the bottom, which, you know, whatever. Look at that. They just have a lot of variety in their artwork. The paintings, and then you get into their digital stuff. Or it all kind of looks like it's traditional, actually. Really cool. But yeah, love that. And I love that the cover is shiny and embossed like that. Really cool. And then I got the Chachagoma illustration works. This one's a little big, so I don't know if I can show the whole thing. But very cute. And I love the coloring. That's primarily the reason I wanted this. I love the coloring style. So my microphone's battery just died. I hope the sound isn't too terrible because I don't want to wait to charge it to finish this. I'll give my overall thoughts later, but at least for this, I'll just flip through it so you guys can see. Look at that. So pretty. I apologize for the glare. Let me see if I can fix that. So beautiful. It's mainly moe characters, but again, I loved the coloring. Color is what I struggle with, so I like to be inspired by really good color compositions. Wow, that's really cool. But yes. Really happy to have this. I like that it's big. For artwork like this, I do think that's appropriate. Overall, I'm very happy with everything that I received. One thing that I would warn anyone choosing to buy from Target, just be advised that they don't see all this media as collectibles. So if you're someone who cares a lot about the condition of your anime when it arrives to you, Target may not be the way to go. They shipped my items in almost an exact size box, which is fine. That's great. It prevents them from shaking around. It wasn't an exact fit though. There was maybe ½ an inch of space on each side. So normally I would imagine they'd put paper or bubble wrap around all of the anime. That was not the case. They just stuck the anime into the box and that was it. What I imagine what happened, because all of the anime I received from Target had damage around the corners and the spines. So I imagine that may have been from shipping. They must have all just, you know, jostled around and all gotten some form of worn around the corners, which did bug me because it's all of them, you know. I do care about my little slip covers. I know it's petty, it's not a big deal. Most of these I'm not too worried about because I know I'm keeping them, but they're, you know, if I feel like I'm not as attached to a series and there is a possibility I may sell it back, I want my stuff to be in pristine condition so I can get as much of my money back as I can. Really upset about the Black Butler one. I'm definitely going to request a refund or a replacement for this one, which I'm hoping I will get because they were willing to give me one for the D Gray Man set pretty easily, but that is also a series that's probably been sitting in their inventory for a long time. I don't know how well Black Butler sells for them, but it is a more popular series. Escaflowne is fine, but the case did also break. I'm assuming in transit. And again, I'm not going to blame Target for these flimsy cases that these companies use. I think this is the broken one. It's just not connecting at all, which is a shame. Who published this? Funimation. I'm so disappointed in you. They don't exist anymore, but you know. But it does have neat artwork on the inside. cute. So I'll live with this one. It's fine. But Black Butler for sure. That one is 100% getting a refund of some sort. I'll think about To Your Eternity. I don't think the damage was that significant, especially since the case is fine. It's literally just the discs. And it's just one disc, I think. I don't know. I may be willing to just put up with it. Because it still plays. I'm sure it'll still play. Here is what Devils and Realist looks like. One disc, no art on the inside, which is pretty normal for Sentai. The disc is perfect. And I got this from eBay, so that makes sense. They're not going to have too many issues. But yeah, overall, be careful if you buy from Target. And it could just be that they were receiving a lot of orders due to the sale, so the people packing just weren't as careful. Because I haven't really had too many issues with them. With other stuff. Like I've bought Monster High dolls and they came perfectly packaged, like they should have been. So this may just be an outlier situation, but you know, I care about the fact that I've paid for a product and it's the possibility that once I play it, it's not going to work. And I do realize I'm being a little petty with the condition of these discs. You know, overall they are fine. It'll probably still play, but you know, you're paying money for something and you expect it in a certain condition. So if they're going to offer shipping, they better pack it correctly to get it to you in perfect condition. So that's all I have to say about that.
I was waiting to set everything out nice and neat for me to do an outro, but for some reason my full outro did not record. So this is everything all at once. I really enjoyed everything that I received. I'm glad to have found a couple things, and I'm happy to own certain things that kind of complete my collection, like Iruma. So be careful buying from Target. Other than that, their return policy is not the worst. I was able to get replacements for both Black Butler and D. Gray Man, so that was pretty nice. If you're interested in any of these series, I'll leave all the names in the description for you to search up best prices. It is the holiday season, so I'm sure there's a lot of places with these items on sale right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.